Hi, hello.
Hello?
Is this Shaheem?
Yeah.
Hey, Shaheem, this is Ty and Bryson. Just want to let you know this call is going to be recorded and potentially uploaded to YouTube. How can I help you?
Hi. I wanted to know. Huh?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear you. I
What do
wanted to
you?
know how do you find a job that you enjoy?
That's a great question. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
You're 20 years old. How many jobs have you had?
I have I had around like 3 or 4 jobs, but I'm still working at my first job right now.
What do you do?
I work at Walmart. I'm
You like
a
it?
personal shopper. Not really, no.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? A job has to meet a few criterias in order for you to enjoy it, right? And by the way, usually you'll know exactly when you find a job that you actually enjoy. You'll know, like when you find a girl for the first time that you actually like a lot, and you know that she's the one. You'll know, right? But the idea is that you have to have some sort of challenge to the job to keep you initiated in it and keep you interested in it. But overall, the only way to find out what job is best for you is to try out a lot of jobs. That's all it is. So when I was your age, right, or actually 19 years old, I tried out a lot of things. I did work study in the whole finance sector in my whole college. I did the whole like security part also. I worked at the Gap. I did phone flipping. I did sneaker flipping. I did YouTube in several different ways. Just trying to look for exactly what I actually like, what I enjoyed, and also what I was good at. That perfect mix, that perfect balance. What I like, that's one thing. What I basically I'm good at, that's another thing, because I might like, for example, singing, but I might not be good at it. And also what's going to be make me a lot of money, basically. That's the core idea. So if you can find that little triple threat right there, is going to help you out a lot. But the only way to find that is to look through a lot of jobs. But when you find it, you'll know.
Okay,
Is
that
that
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what? Let me ask you a question, right? Because you might not like working at Walmart, but you might like a part of it. What do you like about working at Walmart?
Um, I guess the people there sometimes.
Okay. So it sounds like you like working with people.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you like?
My girlfriend worked there with me, so that's a plus.
Okay, you gotta zone that out because that's not always gonna happen in everything you do. You see, it's easy to know what you don't like, but it's harder to know what you do like, right? So
Right.
what else do you like?
Like at Walmart, right?
Yeah, at Walmart, or for example, in a job. What else? Because you work through your other jobs. So what else do you like from all those jobs?
Uh, I can't really say to be honest.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
hard to think.
my idea would be this, right? My suggestion would be this, right? You want to write down all the things you don't like and all the things you do like. And also write down all the things you're good at and the things that you're not good at. All right. And then what's going to make you money and what's not going to make you money. For example, I work at Walmart. I love talking to people and helping them out with their problems. Am I good at that? Yes. People love me. They're not telling me go away. All right. Can that make me money? Well, if I can help people solve their problems, and I'm also, for example, very like good with people, that can make me a lot of money also, right? I can go into sales, something like that. The goal is to find the things you like, the things you're good at, and use those little clues to find the job you want to try. All right. And you just try those different things out. But that's the whole idea. The only way to find out is to go out there and try. And you got to make a list of also the positives for something, because the positives are going to tell you exactly what to look for. If you only know what not to look for, you're always going to be lost, because there's a lot of things you're not going to like in life.
Yeah, okay. And do you recommend like going to college or?
I mean, here's the thing, right? If you want to go to college, you got to know what you're going to do, right? You can't just wing it. However, if I could go to college all over again, how would I do it? The first thing is I would have gone to community college and gotten those 60 credits for basically general education for a lot cheaper and potentially free with financial aid and pay for them in cash. And while I was there, I would save up money. So when I went, for example, to the 4-year school to get that degree in 2 years, I could have paid for it in cash also, right? So for me, I did accounting. While you're in college, the goal is getting those general education courses. The goal is to go ahead and basically find out what you like and what you're going to be good at. Is that going to be accounting? Is it going to be finance? Is it going to be nursing? You want to be a doctor? You want what exactly you want to be? You know, the only way to figure that out is to go out there and find out. And you also want to make sure that picking a degree is like picking, for example, a business decision, right? It's business, right? If I pay you this much money, how much money will I get back? So you got to make sure the degree you pick is actually going to be good for you. It can't just be, for example, a random one that you just found on the internet. No, you got to look it up. You got to look for the statistics on it. Is it going to be growing? Is it going to be obsolete? What else would you want to do? You know, a degree I would have probably considered would have been, for example, like software engineering, which is very hot right now. But I didn't have the mind for that. It would have bored me to death. Although I could make a lot of money with it. So it's about finding something that you're actually gonna like. Does that make sense?
Yes, that make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So just make a list of the things you like, the things you don't like, and then try to look for that. But I would go to community college first, get those 60 credits for nearly free, and then once I find out exactly what I want to do exactly, I could go to college and basically have all those all those courses where I can transfer those over and go directly into my degree and finish in 2 years.
Okay, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what else do you do? I mean, why haven't you gone to college yet? That's and you're 20.
I really didn't want to, like, the debt part. I didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I didn't want to go and then, like, not use my degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to
Smart.
make sure that it was something that I liked before I went in.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But again, it's also you're good at, and it's also going to make you money because you can like psychology all you want, but you might not find a job with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So it's that balance. And how long have you been at Walmart for?
Around 2 years. Probably about to be my 3rd year. I got the job right after high school.
How much money do you get paid over there?
It's like monthly. It's like 2,400. Like
2,400. Are they giving you profit sharing yet or no?
Sorry, say it again.
Are they giving you profit sharing yet or no?
I'm not sure.
You know, ask about that because I know Walmart gives you some money in stocks also, depending how long you've been there.
Yeah, I haven't asked.
That's a program about that. Ask about that, right? But there's also, by the way, Walmart's a great place to work. You know, if you want to be, for example, maybe like a manager there, or say like, hey, I want to work at the corporate office. What can I do to actually do that? And you'd have experience there. That's also a possibility. You know, it all depends on the avenue you want to go to. And just because you don't like Walmart per se, it's not that you don't like Walmart. It's just that you don't like what you're doing at Walmart. Because Walmart is such a big company, there might be other positions inside of it that can actually basically make you a lot of money. You might actually enjoy doing. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to do that though. Yeah, they don't keep their managers right.
Well, not just managers, right? Because you also have the corporate office. It's all about, by the way, remember, right? Sometimes you get stuck in your location, right? So, and what you see is what you think is the world is like. And the whole thing, what I'm saying is here that you might see, for example, a manager or a situation there, but it doesn't mean all Walmarts are the same, right? Because it's a big franchise. So just consider it. If you don't like it, then that's fine. But figure out exactly what you like, and just go into it and go experiment. Once you start to find things you like, you start to do more things you like and less of things you don't like. It's the avoiding plus to going all in on the things you actually enjoy. That's the idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, but just remember, right? Whatever money you make in Walmart right now, which is $2,400, it's a good amount of money, by the way. It's not that bad, but it's not your priority, right? Your priority is finding out what you want to do, whether that's going to be in trade school, whether that's going to be in college, whether that's going to be in a business, whatever you want to do. But I don't recommend ever that you quit your job before you get started on whatever else you want to do, right? Does that make sense?
All right.
Okay. And do you have any more questions, Shaheem?
Yeah, I wanted to know what would be like the best way to like start building multiple streams of income.
Okay. So the way to wealth is income. So when you earn money, you have to put a portion of that money to work. So one stream of income is usually going to be the market, right? The stock market. Now that's one long-term form of income. If you're going to invest money, for example, into your Roth IRA or your retirement account, that's going to be in the long term, talking about 10, 20, 30 years. You also have, for example, in real estate, when you buy your first property and it slowly keeps appreciating with time. You also have different businesses and so on, right? Or for example, getting into YouTube or get into affiliate marketing or starting your own Amazon store or drop shipping or Shopify. Like there's a lot of different ways to do it, right? But that's not really passive as much because you have to actively do work. But if you want passive income, real estate and the stock market are usually going to be two great ways to do it. But again, the most powerful thing is going to be your income. So once you have, for example, by the way, an investment is when you put money into something and you get more money back, right? You know that, right?
Right.
So if I put in $20,000 into a degree or a trade job and it pays me $40,000 a year, is that a good trade-off?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's giving me, for example, double my money every year, right?
Right.
Now, with double my money every year now, I have more investment opportunities. Now I can invest more money in the market. I can buy some real estate if I want to. That's the whole idea, right? So my main investment would probably be right now in myself. Learning a skill to make me more money. Once I learn the skill, I focus on basically, hey, let me set my foundation. Buy a home I can afford, pay it off in full as fast as possible, keep investing at the same time so I get compound interest. Once that's done, you have all this money coming in from your job, but you also have, for example, very low expenses, which are going to help you out a ton. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so imagine, for example, Shaheem, you're making $50K a year, but your mortgage is paid off in full. So you don't have to worry about, for example, about taxes and insurance, maybe like $300 a month for housing. You have all that free income now, right? To go ahead and invest into whatever you want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then from there you can build upon like the foundation you set up. Okay.
Yeah. And remember, right? Just take it step by step. You're 20 years old. 10 years of investing, for example, $20,000 is somewhere around like 300K, right?
Right.
So it's just step by step. Just take it easy. Find a skill, get good at that skill, start working for someone or for yourself, and then once you earn that money, be very careful in giving away your superpower, which is basically your income. When I say that, I mean, for example, well, I make $2,400 right now at Walmart, but $400 goes towards my car payments. On top of that, I have half of my money going towards my rent and also my food, transportation, everything else. And I'm left, for example, with $50. That's not what you want. All right? You want to make sure you don't give up as much of your income as possible. So when you graduate, if you do that, you say, hey, I don't owe anyone any money. All this money is mine. I can rent somewhere or buy a place for less than 30% of my monthly income, so I don't have to spend that much money on housing. And I can go ahead and use this money to keep investing. But the worst thing is basically when you work so hard somewhere to earn $2,400 a month and you feel as if all your money is going to somebody else's pocket. Not a good feeling.
Yeah, really.
All right, brother?
All right, I understand.
Okay. You have any more questions, Jim?
So, when you like say when I'm ready to like buy a house, should I buy like a multi-family house or should I buy like a single family house?
Okay. So let's say, for example, my name is Shaheem, right? And I just got a job making $50K a year. And the bank tells me, well, we'll give you enough money to buy this house, it's a multi-family house. So you go ahead and you buy it. It's almost around half of your income, right? So you're renting one side and you're living on one side, right? Everything's going great. You basically are paying half, the other guy's paying half. Now, something happens. Pandemic comes by. You lost your job. And the guy said, I'm not paying you any rent anymore, right? So what do you do now?
I guess you're kind of screwed at that point.
Right?
Just gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a problem, right? Or the guy says, you know what, I don't want to live here anymore. And now you have a vacancy, but you can't pay for the month. What happens? You have a problem. Now, let's say, for example, the scenario here is that I buy a home, a single family home. The bank was to give me a lot of money, but I say, no, I don't want all that money. I just want to buy a home that on a 15-year mortgage is not going to exceed more than 33% of my monthly income. That way, it's almost like a third of my income, but that's it. Including, for example, the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, maintenance, HOA fee, everything cannot exceed, for example, more than 30% of my money, right? Now, what happens now is this, right? If I also have, for example, an emergency fund for 3 to 6 months, and they say, well, guess what? You got fired. What happens then?
Then you're covered from 3 to 6 months, basically.
Yeah. But also, if you go back to working at Walmart and earning, for example, a third of your income, you can still pay off that mortgage, right? Because you bought a house that's so cheap, right?
Right, so it's kind of safer in that aspect.
Yeah, because the multifamily home is usually going to be a lot more expensive. It's a lot safer that way. Now, that means, for example, but if you do pick a right career, it's very strange you're actually going to lose your job. But the goal is that once you buy this house on a 15-year mortgage, you pay extra money towards that mortgage. So in 7 to 8 years, you're done paying it off. So meaning now, hey, I'm 32 years old, I'm 30 years old. This house is mine, I own it. I have a mortgage on it, it's fully mine. Now, again, I have all this income coming in now. I can use this income for more investing, to buy a new car that I want to buy. I've been waiting a long time to buy this fancy car right here. Or I can give away the money to a charity, whatever I want to do. But it gives you more options. And it also eliminates the risk of having a massive mortgage. Because most people have a mortgage for how long?
30 years.
Yeah, but you finish in how long? 7 to 8 years. Or 8 to 10 years. It's a lot sooner, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then once you're done with that, if you want to do real estate, it's like, okay, I'm taken care of, right? I have financial freedom in a sense. So if I want to invest into real estate and say, hey, I want to buy this property right here, I'll put down 20%. I'll rent it out. But I won't buy the next property until this one is paid off. Why? Because you don't want to work backwards. You want to make sure that basically when you buy this property, you don't have a problem where basically you lose your job and now you can't afford to pay, right? So if you do it this way, the goal is once this house is paid off or you build up a significant amount of equity in it, the idea is that, well, all the cash from the property is now yours because basically it does not have a mortgage on it. So now you have, for example, 1K now coming in passive income. Then you do it again, another K. Then you do it again, another K. Now you have, for example, $3,000 or $5,000 from 5 properties, whatever it is. Now you have 5K in passive income. That's around 60K a year, I think. Now that's all passive income. Plus your housing cost is basically like $300. So with all that money, if you want to, you can say, hey, I'm done with this job. I don't want to work here anymore. I want to buy cars for the rest of my life or do whatever I want to do, right? But you have a lot more freedom. And you also have no debt still. So you carry a lot less risk with everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But again, right, this plan is long term, right? So we're talking about year 20. You get this degree by the time you turn maybe like 22, 23. You do, for example, a trade job. Then you get this house and you pay it off in 7 to 10 years, depending on how if you're really, really, really crazy and you go like wild on this thing, you can finish a lot sooner. But if you don't, 7 to 10 years, you're done with this. Now, for example, you're like around, say, for example, 33 or 32, right? And then you start buying, for example, rental properties and you do it slowly also. So by 40, you might have, for example, 3 or 5, right? And now you have all this passive income. Now, again, you might say, Tommy, that's such a long time, right? But then the average person retires at what age?
65.
Yeah, and you did it at age 40, right? How much time did you save just there? 25 years, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you're still super early. But the idea is that in the short term right now, it seems like it's such a long time ago. But who's to say that basically while you're doing this, you're not still enjoying your life? You're still investing money. Your money's still growing. You're still having fun. If you want to go on vacation, you save money for it. Like it's basically you're still doing what you want to do, but you're doing it at a pace that it benefits you. That's all it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I really get it now.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. You know, patience and step by step. That's all it is.
Okay, so when you say 33%, do you follow your net income or your gross?
Net, because that's what you actually
okay.
have. Because you
Yeah,
can't tell Uncle
that's what I
Sam,
was
like, hey,
thinking.
I'm going to pay you later. You know what I mean? Nah, you got to pay now. Yeah. So that's why when you're doing this, the idea is you're only investing at this point between 10 to 20% of your money, right? Because you want to have room in that budget to pay extra towards that mortgage, around 15% extra. So you're done a lot faster. Once this mortgage done, you've been investing at the same time also, but now you have all this money that you would have spent on the mortgage, you can just put it towards investing more. That's the idea.
Okay, that's a great plan.
Yeah, but it's a long plan. It's not for everyone, because people usually want instant gratification, and that's not what you get with this plan. You know what I mean? It takes a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's the plan I follow now. You know, I'm currently building up my investments. I'm moving out this year, going to Puerto Rico. Once I'm there for like a year or 2 years, I might buy a property there. I might not. If I said no, then I can just go back to Florida, buy a property there, pay that 20%, pay it off fast, like ridiculously fast, as fast as possible. Once that's done, I just keep investing. I have passive income coming in now. I can just go into more like rental properties and so on, because I'm heavy on stocks, right? So that's my goal right now, you know?
Yeah.
But this way, you take on a lot less risk. There's no crazy debt, nobody you owe money to, and it's just a lot more simple. I mean, you do owe money initially, but you're doing it, for example, in a very manageable way. That's all it is.
Oh, okay, I understand.
All right, brother. So did I help? Did I answer your questions?
Yeah, you helped me a lot. Thank you.
All right, man. Now, if you want to schedule for example, another call and keep me updated, you can always do that. All calls are free. You already know that. And yeah, have fun, brother.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that right there was Shaham, right? And the whole idea is that basically a lot of the times when you're this young, right? By the way, he made a great decision not going to college without knowing exactly what he wanted to do, right? Because I've made some calls already where people say, "Hey, Tommy, I'm in college, but I already know what I want to do here. You know, I just spending all this money, and I'm also in a private school, right? So now you have a massive issue." But overall, I like this kid a lot. Hardworking, does not like the job whatsoever, but he's still there. He's cracking out those hours, right? And also saving money at the same time, right? So the idea is your income is going to be your most powerful tool, and people are so quick to give up their income for little liabilities. Oh my God, a car, a very expensive house I can't afford, right? All these little things. But overall, if you do things correctly and in their order, step by step, you'll do just great. 10 years, 20 years. By the way, 20 years is such a long time, right? But who's to say you're not still going to be enjoying your time and having fun? That's the quality. And by the way, people say, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna do this for 20 years," but they basically do the whole paycheck to paycheck thing for a lifetime. And that's not what you want to do, guys, okay? If you guys want to call me or talk to me one-on-one, join me on these calls, link down below, so you'll call. And also subscribe to my other channels, links down below. Also, I post there every single day also. And on top of that, also like and subscribe to this channel. That way I know you like these videos and I keep making more and more of them, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. And by the way, follow me also on Instagram at Bryson and DM me any questions you actually have, and I might make a video about it also. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always,